According to text 1, our Brexit illusions are about to be shattered, written by Christopher Booker. The Brexit will have consequences due to the fact that the ultra-Brexiters have shut their eyes to. They have not begun to grasp the realities of what would be needed to achieve a properly workable disengagement from that system of government we have been part of and ruled by for 44 years. Furthermore, Text 1 focuses on the fact that the Brits have chosen to exclude themselves from an institution which entails unrestricted access to easily their largest export market.
According to text 2, the article's focus point is of course Brexit, and as many would think, they would have a negative side on Brexit, but this article only gives positive arguments for Brexit. The main argument is the trade unions. It keeps reminding us that the UK still will have free trade unions and a free market. Also, it says that UK forever will be allies with the EU. And the reason they left was because they felt they were forced to have the same government as everyone else. They want a deal based on an alliance, not absorption, a common market, not a common government. The article is very common. When the genre is an article, it is divided in many sections and uses facts and quotes from important people. The text is also quite positive in the way that Daniel Hannan doesn't take any shots at any people, but instead embraces the ones that he thinks is in the right, and in this case, he embraces the ones that are for Brexit. The fact that he supports Brexit also shows us that he has a conservative point of view.
Furthermore, Daniel Hannan engaged the reader in the subject in text 2 with many linguistic tricks. Hannan uses one of the three appeals of argument quite consistently. An example of each is, for instance, we will have a free trade agreement, that is for sure, Cecilia Malmström told a conference in Copenhagen. Hannan takes advantage of this form of appeal because it particularly creates reliability in shape of the fact that he involves politicians, which entails that the reader is more likely to rely on his stances. Furthermore, Hannan takes advantage of rhetorical questions, why wouldn't there be, which contributes to the fact that it makes his point very distinct, which highly engaged the receiver as he manifests the fact that it shouldn't even be questioned whether there will be a free trade between the EU and the UK. Taken starting point in text 1, it certainly stages for a discussion whether the Brexit will be the start of a new phase we are so blindly drifting into. At some point, it is logical that if the Brexit will contribute to an exclusion from the institution and the benefits of the cooperation, it will have disastrous consequences, which Booker also points out in the text 1, that Britain is choosing to become automatically what the EU classifies as a third country. At some point, his views on Brexit are exceedingly intelligible, as it probably has been inspiring nationalistic and populistic movements across the world, which for instance is exemplified by the election of Donald Trump. On the other hand, one could argue that Brexit shouldn't impair the relationship between the EU and the UK. At some point, it is reasonable that the UK doesn't want to be part of the political establishment in Brazil,
which has gained continuously power throughout the last couple of decades. Why shouldn't an independent country be able to differ from an international government? However, the problem is probably that the political establishment in Brazil has lost reliability, and instead of pointing derisively at the Brexit, they will probably have to think about what they can do better to regain reliability.
In the light of the analysis and discussion, Brexit is a very discussed topic. There are many different views on Brexit, which are influenced by the individual's political ideology. At some point, the world could probably be beside these nationalistic and populistic movements if the political establishment in Brazil could have reached out to the countries as well as European citizens to gain trust. However, they have not, which definitely has caused distrust to the European Union.
Furthermore, the distrust has started a nationalistic wave which now is highly emerging. Therefore, the political establishment will for sure have to recognize the fact that the way they govern must be changed immediately. Because if they continue governing as they are now, it will probably lead to the fall of the European Union.